Greetings everyone. Today we will discuss about pharmaceutical microbiology as per the PCI syllabus. So in your skin the unit 1 syllabus is visible. Introduction, history of microbiology, its branches, scope and its importance. This portion we will discuss today. This is the remaining portion of the unit 1, that is the prokaryote discussion about the prokaryote eukaryotes, ultrastructure of bacteria and morphological classification and bacterial growth, discussion about different types of microscope and measuring of bacterial number, etc. So today the first portion we will discuss the first part of the unit 1, that is introduction, history of microbiology and scope and its importance and its branches. So now what is microbiology? So microbiology is the study of microbes. That is, the study of microbes is called microbiology. In other words, study of biology of living entity of microscopic size is called microbiology. Example of microbes are bacteria, virus, protozoa, nematodes, algae, fungi, etc. There are many numerous types of microorganisms. These are the different type of microorganisms commonly known. You must have heard of these things. They are different, but and these microbes, most of the microbes are not visible in naked eyes. They can only be visible with the help of microscope. Different types of microscope, the microorganisms are visible. Some microbes cause diseases. These microorganisms are called pathogenic microorganisms. These are microorganisms called pathogenic microorganisms. Now these microbes number is very less. Only 99.98% microbes are not pathogenic. Remaining very fractional portion of the microbes are, that is, they cause diseases to humans. And the other microorganisms other than pathogenic microorganisms are called non-pathogenic microbe or non-pathogenic microorganisms. They do not cause any kind of disease. These are called non-pathogenic microorganisms. So now the presence of microorganisms are very essential for our existence, because one thing they do, they decompose the dead plant and animal bodies. They also decompose our excreta like urine, stool, etc. Otherwise, the earth's surface would have been filled with dead bodies of plant and animal. Imagine a situation if all the plant and animal bodies would not have decomposed, then a 15-kilometer thick layer might have deposited in the surface of the earth. So it is not there. So because of the microorganism, they decompose it, make the environment clean, thereby make our planet a better place to live in. So now the microbiology is a new discipline of science. It only started few centuries back. So it is developed. So for descriptive purpose, we have divided the history of microorganisms in different ages. Ancient age, that is the immemorial period. That means we do not remember when it started. In the ancient time, as ancient as 3000 BC, the knowledge of microbiology was there. In the Mohenjo-daro and Harappa period, they used to take seeds from the septic tank and transfer it to other septic tank to facilitate decomposing of stool and excreta. So that is there. And in ancient Indian culture, around 800 to 900 BC, there is they mentioned about the seeds of the disease. Seeds of the disease. That is, they have some faint idea about the presence of microorganism. Now, this microbiology started in 17th century. 17th, middle of the 17th century to the middle of the 8th. This is the period. Antony von Leeuwenhoek, he is known as father of microbiology. In 1600, he survived 1632 to 1623. In this period, in around 1667, he discovered existence of germ. He called them animalcules. He named it. He did not called it microorganism. He called it animalcules. He discovered and made some sketches, but at that time scientists did not take him seriously. And renowned scientist like Robert Hooke was his contemporary. They did not valued his investigation at that time. So this is the discovery era at the beginning of the micro. Then transition era, in which microorganisms slowly progressed and established itself. This is between second half of the 17th century and first half of the 16th. So it gradually started developing. The microbiology gradually started developing. This is the Louis Pasteur between 1822 and 95. He proposed the germ theory of disease. What is this theory? This theory suggests that diseases occur due to transfer of germ from one person to another. So this is the beginning of the golden era. So Edward Jenner, he discovered vaccine against diseases like smallpox and against anthrax. Then Robert Koch, he demonstrated bacterial etiology of anthrax. That means he not only related a microorganism to the anthrax disease, but also demonstrated how it occurs, where the infection occurs, how it is transmitted. Those things he discussed. Then in the modern era also, lot of work has been done. Another important thing is Alexander Fleming. In 1929, he discovered penicillin, the first antibiotic. So this is the brief history of microbiology. So then the scope means what? Not the thing what we can study in microbiology, or where we can apply the knowledge of microbiology in our life. So there is a first thing, microbiology is studied as a field of biology. Previously there are two kingdoms were there. That is a plant and animal. Later the microbes they belong to a different type of biological classification. That's another field of, so different type of bacteria, virus, they are studied, they are classified, they are characterized, they are cultivated. So those things are the biology part. That is the microbiology is the field of biology. Like plant biology, like animal biology, we can study microbiology. So now this microbiology is different, totally different from plant and animal biology, because the microbes are not visible. So you see, the plant and animal, we can examine them directly. That is, we can see their leaves, see their roots, see their bark, see their fruits. Or for an animal, we can see its whether it is four-legged or whether it is two-legged. Those things we can study, whether it has ear, how the ear look like. So directly we can see and examine, accordingly we can characterize. But microbiology, that facility is not there. We cannot see our study object. So we have to study them indirectly with the help of microscope, or indirect means like the presence of gas, colony formation, etc. So the microbiology is the field of biology. Microbiology, food and dairy industry. So microbiology has lot of importance in food and dairy industry. Dairy products like curd, yogurt, cheese, etc. are produced with the help of microorganisms. Some pickles or vinegar, these things are also produced with the help of microbiology. So they are essential for the food and dairy industry. Moreover, nowadays you can get cooked food material in the market. If you go to the market, you can purchase cooked curry or cooked something which you can get it, open the pack and get it warmed, and you can, it is ready to. So how they manage to preserve it? The knowledge of microbiology is essential. So you have to pack it, process it, and add specific ingredients such a way that microorganism cannot grow in there. So that is the microbiology has importance in the food industry. Then microbiology is also important in different type of industrial products like drugs and pharmaceuticals. So lot of drugs and their excipients are produced with the help of microbiology. Like all the antibiotics are produced by microbiology. Some excipients like alcohol, lactic acid, citric acid, benzoic acid, these things are produced with the help of microbiology. And next thing is detergent. Detergent industry, we use the knowledge of microorganism. Ordinarily detergent, they clean dirt, but in our cloth or in our shirt, pant, etc., secretion from our skin may contain oil which may fix the dirt with our with the cloth material. So if we add some enzyme like lipase, which break down the lipid or fat present in our skin secretion, then that dirt will be removed. So some detergent industry, lot of enzymes are used like various types of lipase, various types of protease, etc. added to detergent. These enzymes are stabilized for higher temperature and added to the detergent so that the cloths are cleaned properly. Leather is nothing but the skin of animals which is endured. So now if we do not preserve animal skin properly, then what will happen? It will rot and decompose. So the leather is processed such a way that mm, it does not rot or damaged by the microbial growth. So different type of chemicals are used, different type of treatments are done. So knowledge of microbiology is essential for leather processing. Beverages, different types of alcoholic and non-alcoholic beverages are produced by alcoholic beverages like different types of alcoholic drinks like beer, then whiskey, wine, etc. They are produced by microorganisms. They contain ethyl alcohol. And non-alcoholic beverages like lassi or buttermilk, etc. are also produced by microorganisms. Microbiology has lot of scope in environmental study and for the pollution control. Nowadays, lot of stool and excreta are produced in urban areas especially. So these things are required to be decomposed, otherwise it will pollute the environment. So for that thing, different type of microorganisms are used. Moreover, to understand the quality of the water, we require knowledge of microbiology. Then microbiology in diagnosis and treatment. So microbiology in the medical science is very important, because many diseases occur due to microbial infection. Many diseases occur due to microbial infection. Uh, Suppose malaria. So how the malaria was tested previously? So that is, a drop of blood is taken and streaked over a glass slide and viewed under microscope. So the malaria parasite was visible through the microscope, and the patient is diagnosed for the malaria. Again, for the treatment, the life cycle of the microorganism is studied. So those things for the diagnosis and for the treatment, the knowledge of microbiology is essential. Again, agriculture, microbiology in agriculture, many microbial diseases occur to the many microbial diseases occur to the plant and animals. These diseases, to prevent these diseases, knowledge of microbiology is essential. Moreover, for the uh, for the biofertilizers, that is the decomposed material of the plant and animal excreta. Those biofertilizers are produced with the help of microbiology. Now, bioterrorism. So there are some sick people who prefer to kill people with the help of different types of weapon. So now microbes are one of the weapon for them. Currently, there is a speculation that this COVID-19 virus is spread by the Chinese people in order to disrupt economy of other countries. So this is the bioterrorism. So biological war. So to prevent it and to stop it, knowledge of microbiology is essential. Now, different branches of microbiology. Microbiology has numerous field of study. Some different type of fields I will discuss. There is the medical microbiology. That is the study of causative agent of disease, diagnosis, prevention of disease. These things are called medical microbiology. Then aquatic microbiology. Aquatic, that is the study of microbiology of water. Right, involved in study of water purification. Then biological burden, determination of biological burden of the water, wastewater evaluation, that is number of microorganisms present in the water, and the ability of the water to support microbial growth. So that belong to aquatic microbiology. Then aeromicrobiology, that is the most of the contamination occur through air. That is, the suspended particles in the air may contain some microorganism. They may cause infection to us. They may fall in the food material and decompose it. So the study of microorganism in the air and study of contamination and spoilage from air is called aeromicrobiology. The next is food microbiology. We have already partially discussed that for the microbiology involved in the production of food material and preservation of food material is called food microbiology. Then agricultural microbiology. Agricultural microbiology, as we have discussed this earlier also, that is the diseases of the plant and animal, study of fertilizer, production of fertilizer, soil fertility, microbial burden of the soil, etc. are studied in agricultural microbiology. Then exomicrobiology, that is the exploration of life in outer space. So we have seen Many viruses and microorganisms are present in outer space which are still active. So if we get sample from the space, so this will help us to evaluate the origin of life. So exploration of life in outer space is called exomicrobiology. Then geochemical microbiology. So this is the different minerals, coals, petroleum processing, their purification, etc. involve the use of microorganisms. So many minerals can only be enriched by the use of microorganisms, that is uranium rich minerals. They are processed with the microorganism to enhance its productivity, etc. So next is pharmaceutical. There is the knowledge of microbiology which is used in pharmaceutical industry. It involves production of drugs, different type of drugs like antibiotics, different type of preservatives, different types of vitamins, vitamin amino acids, food, that is the food supplements, etc. are produced with the help of microorganisms. Different types of assays are conducted with the help of microorganism. And next thing is microorganisms are responsible for spoilage of our pharmaceutical products. So we produce pharmaceuticals and then it is evaluated and sent to distant places, and then it is stored in the drugstore for long period of time. In this period, 3 to 6 months time, the minimum they have to be kept in the shelf. So if microbial growth occurs, then spoilage will occur. So to control this spoilage and subsequent deterioration of medicines, we must know the different activities of the microorganism. So this is the pharmaceutical microbiology. So this is the first part of the unit 1. So I hope you enjoyed. I thank you for watching.